here we are, we're just in an office. Somebody came up to us, they're asking why we're filming, and we're just trying to explain to them that we're on YouTube, we want to show people what Russia's like, and yeah, so they're just talking now in our office and discussing whether or not they want to let us film here. Hey guys, welcome back to the Rush Guy channel. Today we are going out to register our car again, and after that we're going to go see some car markets here, and they're really interesting, so I thought I'd take you guys along to come and see them. So we just arrived at the registration place for the cars. Nice dog in the background. So yeah, this is the building here. We register your car. It's old traditional Russian Soviet style. Over there they've got like a cover, and that's where they have people that will come out and do checks on your car. They'll check the engines, oil leaks, all sorts of stuff. And then after you get your car checked, you can take your car in to get registered, especially when you change hands on the car. You have to have a check done. And this building over here, that's where they do insurance, so it's all in one area. We're here, it's quite quiet at the moment. We want to get here nice and early before the lines start, because they're a bit of a problem here sometimes. Sometimes you just be waiting for a few hours just trying to get a spot. But besides that, it's pretty good.
Not open on Wednesdays.
Oh, well, got a surprise here. We thought they were open, but on Sreda, which is Wednesday, it's today, they don't open. That's why it's so quiet here. Yeah. So we might have to save this for another video. I guess now we can head to the car markets. Yeah. Little hiccup? No problem. Back to the car. So we arrived at the car markets, guys. Right in this section, it's like a place you can buy oil. We've got them big 44-gallon drums. And behind us here we have a big truck bay where they park all trucks. Over there they got a place where they sell cars and all parts for cars. But right now we're just gonna have a look around. Try not to get run over. Let's see. Oh, we go. There we are. So let's have a little bit of an explore. So we're just driving in and we saw this cool old armoured vehicle parked out the front. It's so you got a flat tire and everything, so it's not used anymore, but it's pretty cool. Check it out. Let's have a look. Yeah, definitely not running anymore, but see, you got all little windows in it. I got a place where they would have had a gun mounted on top. More vents for the engines. We've got a, looks like a fire prod there. I don't think you can see inside it. Let me see. Nah. But yeah, it's a pretty cool old armoured vehicle. Now we're gonna head in this direction. Here we are, we're just in an office. Somebody came up to us, they're asking while we're filming, and we're just trying to explain to them that we're on YouTube, we want to show people what Russia's like, and yeah, so they're just talking now in our office and discussing whether or not they want to let us film here. But we've got a nice little view of the car lot from up here. So over there is where they have all cars for sale, and to the right we have all parts for cars and for maintaining cars. We have one of the main roads. So yeah, we'll see what they decide. So yeah, they just finished up in the office and they decided that yes, we can film here. So they're actually giving us a little tour of the car parking lot here and the markets. So yeah, you can see this, and here's our tour guide, and this is the car lot. They just said that they can have up to 6,000 cars here at one time, and then they import cars from Japan, from the States, and yeah. But also one thing about importing cars from Japan is that a lot of the cars will have steering wheels on the right hand side, just like this Hyundai here. It's got a steering wheel on the right hand side, and that makes it very interesting for driving on the road, because you have a lot of cars with steering wheels on left and right hand side. So to actually take over someone, you have to pull out a long way before you can see if there's a room to overtake. So yeah, that makes it interesting. So the man who's giving us the tour just explained to us how this car lot works. There are some boom gates over there. You go in and you basically pay an amount to have your car here, so that people know it's a spot where they can come and look at cars. So like for one day it's, you know, roughly 150 rubles, which is about $3, not very much. Or there's another price for a week, and then after a week there's just one set price. It doesn't matter how long you are. I think he said it was about 5,000 rubles, which is $100. And then your car can just stay here. It might be a year, it might be 30 minutes, depends on when you sell your car. And when you come in, they give you a piece of paper like this one here, and they write basically all the information on it, their price, their phone number, and people can come here, look at your car, ring you up, then you come out here, meet them, talk about them, discuss price, and yeah, if you agree, then they buy your car, and it's easy as that. Explaining that this area used to be owned by an electrical company, and they actually built that building, well, the structure of that building, 30 years ago, and they ran out of money at that time. They had the downturn, so it's just been standing there. Maybe he said maybe if things get better, they might be able to finish it off, but for now, it's just standing there. They just said that this area is also a place where they sell vehicles, but like trucks, light trucks, and stuff like that. You can see they got a whole bunch of small trucks just over there. And of course, this lovely old grader. It's probably seen a few better days, but probably still gets the job done. I didn't know this about this place, but just over here, as you can see, they have drifting competitions here on a couple of Saturdays of the month, and they all do drifting competitions. And also behind here they have a driving school, so we can learn to drive. It makes a lot more sense now, because quite often when we drive past here, you always see people with signs on the top of their cars saying they're learning how to drive, and it's like, why are they always here? But that explains it. So it's really a big hub for like everything to do with cars. You know, you can buy your car here, you can buy all your oils for your car, tools to fix your car, spare parts. You can do drift racing, you can learn to drive. Yeah, it's really interesting. I didn't actually know about the drift racing here. That's quite cool, actually. Oh, that's this big white and blue building in the background. It was actually built by the company that owned this place before, and it was going to be a big forgery in there. But after they sold it, they've actually converted that into a big warehouse that stores all the parts for all these stores here that sell auto parts and stuff like that. So that's quite interesting. But apparently there's not a single lift in that building. It's all stairs, so you get a fair bit of exercise fetching your stuff. Here we are. This is in the place where they sell all spare parts, and you can see we got stalls along here. Actually, this store right here is one of my favorite ones for buying stuff for doing body work and painting cars. And then, as you can see, there's all these buildings here. They have a whole heap of different stores, and then they have a walkway right down the center of the building where people can go and access the stores from inside, and then they have access points outside for deliveries and stuff like that. So here we have the inside. So as you can see, they have stores, they sell all sorts of stuff. They've got gaskets in here, all filters in there. We've got some matting and carpet, some seating covers, oil. It's pretty rare that you can't actually find what you need here. You have to do a bit of searching, but it's got a lot of stuff here. Like a lot of this, you got grills for different cars, console areas, fins, bumpers. There's just a bit of everything here, so do a bit of searching and you'll most likely find what you need. Here we have a coffee trolley. They drive around and you can buy coffee from them. So yeah, that's one of the buildings. They have like 1, 2, 3 here, and then each one of those has another one that goes further back, so there's lots of stalls there. And as you can see, even out here on the street we've got more stores. Each store has their own personal stuff they sell. They can choose what they want to sell. There's no requirements for that. They just hire the place out and are stuck what they want. Here we have a shashlik stand. Tell you what, the amount of times I've walked in here, smelt shashlik cooking, and I'm like, oh, I get really hungry. You don't think you're hungry until you smell it. Yeah, that'd do really good business here. Yeah. Oop. I get run over. As you see here, they're putting a new building up. So it's all good business, you know, it's not like it's dying.
Hello?
Здравствуйте. Friendly guy. Heard me speaking English. And yeah. So we have all sorts of stores. This is a lighting store. We bought some lights from there before. Here's hang on a second. There we go. Buy all hubcaps, floor mats. As I said before, you can't.
Hello. Let's go.
Здравствуйте. Yep. I definitely stand out here, so a lot of people saying hello because they hear me speaking English. So here we are at that big warehouse. I've never been in here before, so this will be cool. You said we can go in, have a look. There we go. Russian car. Man, you walk in here and it drops like 5 degrees. Another thing they just said about this area, that they've only got like 1.5 of the floors rented out at the moment. But they said like once they get more of these floors rented out, they're gonna put a big commercial lift system in so people can take their stuff up and down with ease. But there's not really the demand at the moment, but you certainly wouldn't want a storage spot at the top and have to carry it all down. That's a really big task. So the man just said, because my dad mentioned that it's cooler in here now, you know, but he said that in winter, this whole area doesn't actually get below -5 degrees, and it's not heated at all. So it just must have enough mass to counteract any of the weather changes. It's quite impressive, actually. So here we are at that armored vehicle again. Something I didn't know, that this is also amphibious, so you can take it in the water as well. And the guy who's giving us the tour just said that these were built in the 70s and they were decommissioned in the 90s, and the government just like took all the guns off and everything, and then they sell them to people as whatever they want to use it for. A hunting vehicle, exploration, maybe if you just like having an old military vehicle. It'd be pretty cool to have one of those running and being able to take it around, get anywhere you want. Especially in a lot of Russia has marshy areas. It'd be awesome there. So we're back at the car now. It was a bit different than we had anticipated because we got stopped and obviously went up to their office, but then they decided that they would give us a tour of the place. That was really nice. I found a heap of stuff that I didn't know about this place, like the drift racing and this massive building behind us, what that's for. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave me a big thumbs up and comment down below, let me know what you think. So it's interesting to see what you guys say and your thoughts. And if you haven't subscribed already, go hit that subscribe button so you can see more content from me. And yeah, until the next one, I'll catch you later.